Hey guys, Skittlerampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So we're back with trending Funko Pop news today, and we have 6 Funko Pops going up in value. Now guys, before we jump into all of our choices today, I do want to ask the question of the day, which is, do you have a Funko Pop in your collection that's undead or just related to that? And I'm gonna go with Chainsaw Man here. We have zombies all around the base. Seriously, this thing's awesome. Hey, so I'm sure you're looking for Black Friday deals on collectibles this year, and good news, Whatnot has you covered. Now, if you're not familiar with Whatnot, they're a live auction app and website where you can buy and sell your favorite collectibles like I'm doing right here. Now, I did mention Black Friday deals. Now, among many other sellers on the Whatnot app over on November 28th, I myself am gonna be going live around 4 p.m. EST, and I'm gonna have a boatload of Black Friday deals. Like these anime chases, for example, from some of your favorite animes, all of these are going to be $25 each. But not only that, I'm also going to have a ton of other Funko Pops and other items on sale around 30 to 50% off, including grails. Make sure to use my sign up link down below in the description box as well as pinned comment. That'll get you a free $15 off your first purchase upon sign up. Alright, so let's go and jump into our 6 selections today. So first up, we have Pokemon here, and we have the 10-inch Gengar Funko Pop here. So check out the value on this one. Recent sales have been around $56 up to $80, and then current listings of what I found range from $80 up to $150. We have some $95 ones in there, as well as $140, $150. So I would say this is a combination of this one getting harder to find, and maybe they made limited stock on it. It's currently sold out at Target. It was a little bit more popular because, let's face it, Gengar is one of the most popular Pokemon out there, and then when Funko finally made one, people jumped on it. Now, initially, a lot of people did not like this mold, myself included. I thought it looked a little odd for the Funko Pop form, but it is what it is. Once they came out with a 10-inch version, I guess fans just couldn't help themselves. So this one's definitely trending up in value. As far as a restock goes, I mean, it's always possible, but I wouldn't say on the 10-inch Pokemon Pops we see too many restocks, to be honest, so it might not happen. And funny thing about this Pokemon 10-inch Pop is that not too many of them have big value like this, so it's nice to see because a lot of them end up on clearance at Target. So this is definitely a rare gem here. Next up from Wicked, we do actually have the Target exclusive 2-pack of Elphaba and Glinda in their Shiz uniforms here. So estimated value around $135. This one has had a lot of different values over time. When it first came out, people started scalping it almost immediately because Wicked was so popular, but now it's even higher than that, pretty much doubled in price from its original value. So recent sales actually range from $110 up to $143, and then current listings range from $150 to $200, though you can still find some lower ones on Mercari and eBay and whatnot. But this one's definitely getting harder to find as we near Wicked 2 coming out actually later this week. Now that I think about it, we are going to see it later this week. So yeah, Wicked 2 is right around the corner here, and all the merchandise has been being bought up like crazy. Even the new Wicked for Good Wave is definitely pretty popular too. It was actually also recently on sale during Funko's Black Friday sale, so I'm sure a lot of people picked it up then too. But this Target exclusive 2-pack has definitely been one of the more popular ones. Maybe because it's a little more obscure compared to the rest of the Wicked line, because it's a completely different outfit, I'd suppose, and you know, Wicked fans are just going crazy for all the merchandise. So I would say if they don't restock this one, expect it to continue to go up as the movie's popularity is driving over the next couple months, but eventually it will level out. But again, it may take a while due to limited stock right now. Though I am curious, do you guys own this Wicked Pop in your collection? Like I said, it's hard to find. Okay, next up for my anime fans, we have 2 solo leveling exclusives. So first up, we have Tusk here. So Tusk is another interesting one where it spiked up initially like crazy because it was hard to find in GameStop stores. Then it started to level out a little bit and then spiked up again. So estimated value is around $195. Recent sales over on eBay range from, there was a low one around $127, but it had $60 shipping, so it pretty much brings it up to that $180, almost $200 range anyways. And then current listings of what I could find range from $215 up to $300. Again though, you can still find some lower listings on Tusk between different marketplaces, but it's definitely pushing over $200 at this point, and it's just crazy. The main driving factor is that solo leveling is just super popular. Obviously, it's one anime in the year in the past, and you know, people were super hyped about season 2, and then I think season 3 is kind of up in the air still as far as the release date goes, but they're investing a lot of money into it, planning to make it even bigger. So the solo leveling hype is definitely there, and the set of Funko Pops is still relatively new. We only have so many Pops in the set as far as exclusives too. So Top that with it being harder to find in GameStop stores. It was only an in-store release, and a lot of resellers were able to get their hands on this one, driving up that price. Plus, the cherry on the top, it's only 9,500 pieces, and I believe the stock was split overseas between GameStop here and, you know, the other stores over there. So yeah, there's just a lot of driving factors here in terms of his value, but let me know if you guys own this Tusk in your collection, and if you were lucky to get it for retail. My friend, he was not able to go out to GameStop. Like, I think he was trying to go out on his lunch break or something, and he wasn't able to go because a meeting ran over, but his wife just walked into a GameStop and found one sitting on shelves, and he was able to get it for retail. So very happy for him because, like I said, it's like $200 pop now. The other solo leveling exclusive I wanted to talk about was the Iron Glow Chase. So I wanted to wait a little bit on this one to see where the value would land. Here we are about 2 months later before its soft release, and then Funko released some stock. So estimated value around $165, and then recent sales range from $140 up to $160, and then current listings are relatively the same range. Now this Iron Chase has definitely been pretty interesting. So initially why I waited was because the stock was just kind of all over the place. Like, we had a soft release back in September where a lot of chases started getting out there. Some orders shipped out, but then a lot got canceled like a month later where they were supposed to ship, and then so many cancellation emails got shipped out. The rumor going around that a lot of the boxes ended up damaged, so maybe Amazon just canceled the order. Maybe Funko's trying to get more stock here for a restock at a later date. Now, we did actually see some stock also drop over at Funko. However, seemingly it wasn't enough to impact the aftermarket enough because this is still pushing $150 right now. So like I said, the stock for this one is just up in the air all over. We don't know if a restock's gonna happen at Amazon or the Funko shop, and when that time frame even is. So right now, it's just a super expensive chase in that set. Now, if anything happens with a restock, or if I hear anything, I'll update you guys as soon as possible. You know, I try to get you all the anime updates as I can, but it's definitely crazy on this piece, so I'm curious to see where the value lands in the future as we get more solo leveling content and more pops come out. Now, another anime selection we have today is Sasuke Susano'o here, the SDCC exclusive. So this one has estimated value around $110 for the shared sticker. Recent sales have ranged from $120 up to $170, and then current listings range from $120 to $160. And you know, you have your higher listings too. There are two variations for this. We have the shared and con sticker. I wanted to focus more on the shared because this one's definitely been rising up in value a lot. Now, initially, it was still available on GameStop for a while. However, recently, or at least in the last like month and a half, GameStop says it's available, but it's not actually. When you go to your cart, it says an error. So basically, this one's not available over at Funko, over at GameStop, its original shared retailer. It's just not available anymore for retail. So everything on the aftermarket is what's currently available. And I think the main factor for this is obviously limited stock now. However, one of the biggest driving forces was Itachi. Same with Madara. Madara ended up having more limited stock, and then people started buying it up because of the Itachi rumors. And here we are with Itachi now being super limited on his release, and I think people were just trying to complete the set. Combined with trying to complete this expensive set is driving up all of these Susano'os. Now, just to let you guys know, Itachi is slowly starting to calm down, which is really nice, to some normal levels of value. Now, it's still super expensive. However, still up in the air if we're ever gonna get some kind of restock on any of these. So stay tuned. I'll let you guys know if anything happens with that. But let me know if you own all three or some of them, or if you're actively trying to complete the set. Okay, our final pop to go over today is Pop Rocks, and we have the Blackpink Born Pink World Tour here. So this features all 4 members, estimated value around $150. Recent sales range from $170 up to $190 almost, and the current listings range from $140 up to $250. Now with this pop specifically, it feels like one of those situations where a lot of the Blackpink fans probably jumped on this initially, and you know, people who found it cool probably bought it because it had a $70 price tag when it originally came out. So not a lot of people just have $70 to spend and storage to put something this big, because that thing is like this big. It's huge. So combine those two elements and it turns off a lot of people to buying this product. And then you also have a lot of people who are just not interested in it. So I think initial interest in this was low. So the people who wanted it grabbed it. and then it created limited stock now, if that makes sense, because maybe stores pulled it, or maybe Funko only made so many to begin with. I'm just kind of speculating here as to why this one has so much value now, but it's definitely limited now. So whatever's on the market is what's on the market, and you know, people are either going to pay that price, maybe wait for it to go down, but based off the sales recently, people are paying the prices. Well guys, those are 6 more Funko Pops that are currently trending up in value right now. Make sure to let me know in the comments below if you guys do own any of these. Now, of course, if you did enjoy today's video, please do hit the like button down below. Oh, and make sure to let me know in the comments below if you guys have noticed any Funko Pops going up in value, if you want to see more parts. That's everything from me today though. Thank you so much for watching. I do want to say a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon link Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.